just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the oxen, I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the course. Follow the core and the back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who was involved. Don't let me do it, cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the doubters, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Heard it was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory, back up on top, and that's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history. Fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form shall prosper. Be all over my roster, I got options. I keep it right on the dresser, next to the Oscar. Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my class, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body. Made it to the top. Ain't no way that they can stop me now. They gon' say I joined the Illuminati. I got demons all around me. Tell me what they know about me, huh? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My A-spoon going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Las Vegas Raiders. Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Rodgers going to come out throwing. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Rodgers now on 1st down. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On play action, it's Rodgers. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Play action, now it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. 1st down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. On play action, Rodgers. Complete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Play number 8 here on the opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. The Raiders at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
He's got a man, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. After the sack on first down, Rodgers going for the deep ball. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
That's good.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This defense for the Titans, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter, obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
To throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. First down, they'll run with Chubb. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They're going to look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0. As the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play?
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, a quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Rodgers. Got an open man. Finds Gibson. Touchdown. Antonio Gibson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are back within a score. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
He got into the end zone. And did the Titans get this? Yes, Tennessee football. And that might be Titan football. It is. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On play action, now Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
Rodgers pass complete to Nico Collins. It's a game.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. They find some open field here. And the Titans are going to take over here up near the 40. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
He's airing it out for Williams. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 35. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Rodgers. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know what's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
And it's caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. Mike Gesicki, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. Rodgers will throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 41. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick-6 last week. Not a pick-6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Titans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get in the field goal range. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Raiders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Now their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here that's close to their goal line. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays. Make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well. Especially the quarterback. And trouble trying the middle here. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His throw incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula. Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Titans 29, Raiders 14.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Titans are going to get it back here just past the 35. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's airing it out for Williams. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And the Raiders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Touchdown, Raiders!
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Rodgers.
Back to Gibson and another catch for it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Rodgers going to throw.
He's got this to Pickens. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
On play action, Rodgers. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
George Pickens.
30 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Raiders 21.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Back to throw here. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
First down, he'll drop to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeau.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Raiders 21.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
George Pickens.
A 9-yard touchdown ground.
And the Titans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. taken from about the 12. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Number 50, hey, you block over here. Back home. Hey, take 26.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. George Pickens. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Titans add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Chubb will get the call, running left. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line.
He'll look to throw. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you needed to get...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. Something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught. And he will get in for the 2 points to get this back to a 3-score game. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers throwing here.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
On play action, now Rodgers. And he's got his tight end, it's Mike Gesicki. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And the Raiders have got him. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Rodgers.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
No, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
George Pickens
from 8 yards out.
And the Titans up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And as this defense walks off the field,